Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to build an iOS app with no code in less than an hour. Now, for some full disclosure, I already have an app in the App Store. Matter of fact, I have 7 apps in the App Store. And I got to tell you, the evolution of getting apps in the App Store has been easier as a result of some of these IDE programming interfaces. Now, if this is your first time to this channel, please like and subscribe only if you want to know how to start making money and monetizing apps that you put together or discover new apps that'll give you shortcuts into making money faster. All right, so let's go over to my desktop. I'm going to show you about this new tool I kind of stumbled upon. There's a lot of different apps that I use. You're gonna find out from this channel different apps that I use, but I found one that's going to get me to my iOS deployment a lot sooner. Let's go over to my desktop, take a look at it. All right, so now that we've made it over to my desktop, I'm gonna share a couple of things with you. First of all, this is a software. The name of the software is called Friday.ai. Now, one of the first things I want you to understand, what we're gonna do is this is a program that runs on my desktop. So this is not ran in the cloud. Another thing I want to do is I'm going to put this in a 4-part series because it's an hour long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it into 4 different parts so it'll make more sense to you. I don't want to overwhelm you. So make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss all 4 parts, but I just want to be able to break this down to you. So now one of the first things I want to do is you can come here. It says, hey, start a new project. You can start with a template or you can start from scratch. Now, all these different things are going to happen here on my desktop. All the files are going to be created. All the folders are going to be created here. So let's start with a template. Now, we're going to go here and it says, hey, what template do you want to do? Which I think this is beautiful for a person just starting out. It says, hey, you know what? I want to make an iOS app. The best thing about making an app is if you can make an iOS app, then an Android app is a piece of cake, right? So that's a whole nother story. And again, that's just about getting it uploaded and all that. So let's get into it. So we're going to say here, you know, what should the app do? Now, one of the things I experienced, right? My son is getting married and he's had a couple of wedding showers. His fiance has had a couple of bridal showers and things of that nature. And one of the things I discovered is it's always a challenge to try to send them money. It's like, hey, I want to send you money. I don't really want to send you a gift. I don't want to send you a gift card. I want to be able to send you money. So at the same time, I noticed that some people, when they have, when someone passes away or what have you, they want to send money. Hey, just send this for the family. Hopefully it helps out with last minute decisions. So I want to create, and this is just me thinking there may be something out there like that. I just don't know. This is something that I think that, so I want to make and you can always do Cash App and all that other stuff, but this is just, I don't want to throw you off the subject. So what should the app do? So this is the app. So the app, right? The app should allow people to send a few, let's go $100 to support the celebration. All right. Of a new baby. Let's go new baby. Let's put everything in order. A wedding, a new birth of a child, or a home, well, I'll just put or a funeral service. So I'll just put that. Like main screens should be the support dollar amount. let's put support. And I haven't thought a lot of this through. I just wanted to help you, show you how easy this is. The dollar amount. And what else do I think it should have? The support, the dollar amount, the cause. Account sync, no accounts, local only. Yes, sign in, cloud sync. Let's go sign in, cloud sync. Now this may be a little bit difficult because I'm doing a cloud sync. I don't know if we should do the, let me see. Local only, yes, sign in. Yeah, so we'll go sign in plus cloud sync. Yeah, let's do that. Sign in plus cloud sync. Now, in full disclosure, this may take a little longer because what I anticipate is that you build a web app that a person can register, or that's where most of the data lives. Now, one of the things you need to understand about Apple is they want a piece of the action. So the more you can build on an app, on a web app or a web page, the less you have Apple in your business, not only in your business, but in your take. So if Apple wants to get a piece of all the pie, if there's any money that's going to be done, so the way I found to get around that is just put everything on a website and make the person register for the website, and then have the app just kind of an intermediary. So that's another story for another day. But I'm just trying to show you, just building all these apps in the Apple store, I've just noticed a lot of things you kind of got to get around, or else Apple wants a piece of the pie. So again, this is just something we're doing just for you, or App Store eventually. So I will put I'm gonna just put, let's put personal for now, but eventually on the Apple Store. So we'll do it like that. And the only reason why I say that is because I want to leave this. I don't want this, and I'm building this real time. I've never done this for this type of app. So I want to have it. I don't want to run into a whole lot of obstacles just by showing how easy it is to get an app to the App Store. So we'll go there and we will go choose folder and start. Now, what it says by choose folder and start is you have to create a folder here. So we will go. So let's do this. I have to create a new folder. So we'll just go to documents. We'll create a new folder here. We'll call it celebration. We'll call it celebration app. And again, these are folders you create on your own desktop. So we'll call it celebration app. So again, this is not built in the cloud. Again, one of the beauties of this tool is you build everything offline. You don't have to worry about your code being stored on some server. Now, you will have to eventually get this up to the iOS store. So it will in some ways be that, but your initial code and all that won't be up there. So we'll call this a celebration app. So we'll do this main screen. So let's try it out. So basically what it did is build an iPhone app, React Native. All right, so what we got here is this is celebration support app. Choose a celebration cause, needed support, anything to add. So they're basically saying, hey, this is what you're basically saying you wanted. So they have here a payment handoff, placeholder, app store, preparation. So I'll add those. So these are just different things that they thought of. So this is kind of what I wanted. Choose a celebration cause, needed, right? Enter support amount, sign in and sync, view support history, right? Payment handoff placeholder, app store preparation. So it's saying, hey, you can add more things here. This is what we've thought that you probably could use to add to it. So we'll go, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and build this, right? So now we're going to go ahead and build this. Now, As this starts to build out, what you need to understand is this is bring your own keys. So if there's a particular, if you want ChatGPT, you want Claude, I think Gronk, you can support a lot of different keys here. So we're not going to get into all of that. I just wanted to concentrate on the building of the app first. And then maybe the last video we'll go through and we'll kind of take a look at some of the amenities that this tool does. Now, one of the advantages, so the way this tool is marketed is you can go and build Lovable. Now, what Lovable is doing and what they're saying, and I actually truly believe this, Lovable gets you to a viable product, MVP, right? So can you build this? Can you start it, right? Lovable will get you that. Replit can get you to a full working app as well. The disadvantages of both of those apps is all of your data lives on their servers, right? Everything, all your keys, all your folders, everything that you build. What Friday is doing, it's saying, hey, no, everything lives on your machine, right? Only when now you have to, if you're gonna do an iOS app, you're gonna do an Android app, eventually it's gonna have to go to those particular institutions, right? It's gonna sit on their servers. If somebody wants to download your app, your service code, all your code and all that stuff is up there. One of the things I like about this is you can do everything here. You can do everything here. And then if you wanted to get your code copyrighted, which I've done that before, I did build another app and it was so unique, that, I packaged it to send it to, the copyright, organization. So you can repackage it. You have to send all your source code and all that to have it copyrighted. Right. And so you can do that, but you have to package it so it can be read from the copyright company. That way people can see the source code and all that. So all that can be done here, but it should be done before you submit it. So what's going now is inspect the workplace, then scaffold the Expo app. So there's a tool called Expo app. You may, if you're going to get into app building, you may want to sign up for the Expo app. I think the Expo app is probably by far the easiest handoff. It's a handshake to get your things uploaded into the App Store without using the Flight. There's a Flight application traditionally that people have used. Let's go with the old way. The old way was using Flight, getting it on there, testing it, and doing all that for the iOS store. But the Expo app, it's expo.app, or Expo app, that is a way for you to get the easiest handshake. Basically, hey, if you're trying to get this into the App Store, we're going to help you. We're going to make sure everything looks good and everything looks clean before you send it to they're a necessary tool to have. And I want to say they're $6-7 a month. I want to say they're like $6 a month. So I think it's important to get that. So I'll probably do one last video. I'll do these 4 to kind of show you how we built this, but I'll probably do the last video. I'll do a final video and kind of show you some of the details and the nuances. There's a lot of moving parts to get into iOS store. So your first goal when you're setting up an Apple iOS, or you want to do an app, you always start with the Android. I mean, you always start with the Apple. And the reason why is very simple. It's because it's very, very difficult to get approved in the iOS store. But if you can get approved in the iOS store, then the Android store is a walk in the park. It's the funny thing about that is by using a way to get your app in iOS, it's a lot easier to get it in and get it approved in Android. Now, let me talk you through some of the costs. All right. So This is our app. We're done. I'm telling you. So, and I'm going to go over some of the nuances, but our app is done. I mean, so a little support goes a long way. Show up for their moment, choose a cause, and send a thoughtful contribution in just a few steps. So we have wedding, we have new baby, celebrate the beautiful beginning, new baby, welcome new life, funeral, offer care when it matters most. So funeral service. So this is a good working app. So we're done, right? And so one of the most, so you have 50, 100, 250, 500, keep your support sync. And so what you do is you can go ahead and now, so from here you can go and say, hey, give me a logo, you can get into all the colors, but the app is done, right? And then you can see here, you have the different views here. You can say, hey, you know what? Let me see what it looks like on an iPhone 16 Pro. That's the iPhone 16 Pro. Let's see what this looks like in a Pixel 8. That's the Pixel, right? Let's look at the Galaxy 524. So you have your, well, we're building this for the iOS. So let's go back. All right. And you see how the iOS has this little drop down here. So you got to make sure when you're building that. So this is the first portion. Now I'll talk you through in the next video. I'll kind of give you some of the nuances, and we will, I don't know if I want to, what I will do is I will show you some of the intricate details in getting an app in the iOS store. So I got to tell you, even up to last year, maybe a year and a half ago, let's go a year and a half ago, this was the most difficult part in getting an app in an iOS store. This by far is making it super easy. So again, the name of the tool is called Friday. I'm going to do a part 2 of this so that you can get an understanding of it. So then what happens is when you publish it here, you can actually go and you can do a preview. You can do a test on it when you open it in Expo Go. So we'll go and look at it in Expo Go, the next video, and we'll see how it works. But again, if you want to pick this up, I think a fabulous opportunity is to pick this up. I will put a link in the description so you can pick it up. I think AppSumo right now has it, and AppSumo is a place where you can pay one-time cost. You don't have to pay a monthly or anything like that. More I would be looking for is an opportunity to get this where you can bring your own key, which is probably around the level 3, right? So the level 3 is about $100 a month if you go to their regular website, and you can do that as well. But if you wanted to pay a one-time cost where you wouldn't have to pay it anymore, you wouldn't have to pay the $100 a month, you can just basically pay for it in advance and have it for a lifetime, which is on average of about a little less than, you'd be paying a little less than what an annual subscription would cost you. And if you wanted to get that, so I'll put the link in the description for that. But this is just part 1. We're going to come back with a part, maybe three more parts. We'll take a look at it, but I do want to kind of talk you through some of the intricate details of getting an app in the iOS store. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you stay tuned. Again, we're just trying to help you guys make money out here in these digital streets. So this has been Jenny Jones. See you in the next video. All right. Bye.